Subscribe to Film Companion for your film fix. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an update.
To watch Sadak 2 is to travel in a time machine. You of course first revisit the 90s. The film is a sequel to Sadak, which was released in 1991. Once again, Sanjay Dutt is Ravi, a suicidal, mentally unstable driver. In the original film, he's like this because his sister becomes a sex worker and is then killed by the sadistic brothel madam Maharani. Ravi then finds redemption and purpose in rescuing a young girl named Pooja who's been sold by her uncle to Maharani. In Sadak 2, he's suicidal because Pooja is dead. He then finds redemption and purpose in rescuing a young girl named Alia from a sadistic godman and her own dysfunctional family. Sadak 2 doesn't just mirror the original in terms of narrative beats. The storytelling, performances, dialogue, cinematography, songs, background music all seem to belong to the 90s, which was the last time Mahesh Bhatt directed a film before this. Bhatt, who's co-written the story with Suhirita Sengupta, is still resolutely stuck in 30 years ago. Gulshan Grover, who did multiple films with him then, reappears here as a one-handed baddie named Hatkata. It's like time has stopped. In some scenes, Sadak 2 goes even further back. An owl named Kumkaran helps Ravi to fight the bad guys, which might remind you of the wondrous eagle Allah Rakha in Amitabh Bachchan's Coolie in 1983. And the celestial touch of Shivji Bhagwan in the climax will remind you of dozens of old Hindi films in which the gods themselves staged a timely intervention. All of which is to say that Sadak 2 is flat out bonkers. Take the character of the Dhongi Baba Gyan Prakash, played by Makarand Deshpande. Incidentally, Gyan Prakash is also the name of a renowned historian at Princeton University whose book Mumbai Fables was adapted into Anurag Kashyap's Bombay Velvet. I don't know if there's any subtext here, but then again, this film has no text, so perhaps we shouldn't be looking for subtext. Makarand, matching a terrible wig with hollowed out cheeks, does his best to summon up perversity and danger, but mostly he's hilarious. The godman sits on a beauteous throne. In one scene, he petulantly bangs his gold staff on the floor. And he has terrific taste in jewelry. I was admiring his bracelets and necklaces. The original Sadak liberally lifted from Hollywood films like Lethal Weapon and Taxi Driver. But the film's USP was the character of Maharani, a transgender madam who proudly declares, "कमाल का दिमाग है मेरे पास, इसलिए मर्दों की सेवा करती हूँ और औरतों का धंधा। यहाँ का राजा इस जिस्म के बाजार का महाराजा और नाम Maharani." Of course, Maharani was problematic and furthered negative stereotypes, but the character, played with gusto by Sadashiv Amrapurkar, propelled the film. In contrast, Gyan Prakash giving lectures on the Brahman is unforgivably lame. I suspect only the fine Bengali actor Jishu Sengupta, whom you might recognize from films like Barfi, Mardani and more recently Shakuntala Devi, understood that Sadak 2 is a train wreck, so he decided to have fun and ham. Playing Arya's father, he goes full frontal on expression, swagger, emotion and is consistently watchable. The others don't do as well. My heart went out to Sanjay Dutt, who plays Ravi with sincerity. But at every step, the script gets in the way. I don't know which actor could convincingly pull off the scenes Sanjay is required to perform here. These include chatting regularly with his dead wife and trying to kill himself by hanging from a ceiling fan which breaks because of his weight. Aditya Roy Kapoor looks dazed and Alia Bhatt confused. Unlike Pooja in Sadak, Arya isn't a damsel in distress waiting to be rescued. She actively drives the action, which is one sign that this film is a 2020 film. But even an actor of Alia's caliber can't do much with such sloppy storytelling and clumsy dialogue. In one scene, Arya says emphatically about Ravi, "He knows me and understands me." I wish we could all find chauffeurs like this. More than anything, Sadak 2 is a brutal reminder of the ravages of time. The film features moments from Sadak, and it's startling to see how youth and beauty have frayed, as have Mahesh Bhatt's formidable skills as a storyteller. When Sadak 2 ended, I resolved that I'm going to pretend it never happened. I would rather remember the gut-wrenching impact of Mahesh's storytelling through films like Arth, Zakham and Saransh. I'll do the same for Makarand. My favorite visual of the actor is him and Shah Rukh Khan dancing on the hill to A.R. Rahman's Yun Hi Chala Chal in Swades. I'm going to stick with that. You can watch Sadak 2 on Disney Plus Hotstar. For more reviews like this, subscribe to Film Companion and don't forget to check out our website filmcompanion.in.